Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has warned Washington against hasty and reckless steps over the crisis in Ukraine that could harm the US-Russia relations. In a telephone call initiated by the American side, Lavrov has told the US Secretary of State John Kerry that any sanctions against Russia would inevitably hit the United States like a boomerang. Meanwhile, tensions run high in the crisis-hit Crimean region. The Newsfirst International Desk reports.
Armed men, thought to be Russians, drove a truck into a Ukrainian missile defense post in the Crimean region and took it over without a shot being fired. Initial reports said the truck had smashed through the gates of the base in the port city of Sevastopol and that it was being stormed. A Ukrainian military official, Vladislav Sleznov, said by telephone that the armed men took over the base without any shooting and that no one was hurt.
Они проникли с двух сторон. Территория части большая.
They intruded from both sides. The territory of the army base is big. One truck came from the side of the checkpoint and another one came from the munitions gate. Groups of people, from 35 to 60 people, have intruded by breaking these gates and also over the fence. They warned us they could use firearms. We stopped them with some special means and they have now surrounded the command post and they also took control of the duty office building.
Соответственно, с той стороны захвачено здание.
Russian forces have taken over some military installations and other buildings on the peninsula, where Russia's Black Sea Fleet has a base, but both sides have held their fire. With tensions running high in Crimea, Ukraine's 24th Mechanized Brigade, also known as the Iron Brigade, prepared for possible combat against Russian troops.
Бригада приводиться в повну бойову готовність. На даний момент ви бачите перший батальйон тактична група.
The brigade is in the process of making itself combat ready. At the moment, the first group is ready. The brigade is 100% staffed with officers and soldiers. They all are contractors. Machines are checked and loaded with ammunition, and the personnel are working on their combat training. The brigade staff are ready to conduct missions.
Готові до виконання завдань, що пов'язані з збереженням цілісності та суверенітету.
The brigade, with its base in West Ukraine's Yavorov, near the city of Lviv, has been training every day in case they are called upon to fight. Ukraine's armed forces are outnumbered by Russia's. In Crimea, most of Ukraine's armed forces are restricted to their bases while surrounded by Russian troops. Despite the tension, there has not been any blood spilled in Crimea. Meanwhile, 2 journalists were attacked and beaten during the standoff, and it has also been reported that the Associated Press crew had their equipment seized in the Crimean capital.